Hello
Hello and welcome to Gendering Geopolitics, my live series where I have quick 10-minute conversations with women who are breaking barriers around the world. My name is Emily Prey and I'm a senior analyst at the New Lines Institute in Washington, D.C. Today, I'm honored to be speaking with Zarifa Ghafari, an Afghan activist and politician, about the situation in her home country of Afghanistan. Thank you so much for joining me, Zarifa.
Thank you so much, Emily.
So, you were the youngest person ever to be elected mayor in Afghanistan, as well as the first woman to be elected mayor at age 26, if I'm not mistaken. You have personal experience as an Afghan woman in politics. So, why is it so important that women have representation in and are able to participate in politics and in other spheres like civil society and academia? Were there things that you were able to accomplish that the men before you hadn't been able to?
Um, First of all, it's a clear definition for that, and the issue is like we women, we are 50% of our population in every country, and it's really like hard to accomplish all the goals within women's and woman in any country because as I describe it, and I'm always telling it, it's like a society is like kind of a car or maybe like a ship. So uh, a ship with two engines that both of them needs to work equally perfect. So yeah, if the men are always part of the society, but women are just sitting at home and not being able to get part to any part of the society, that's kind of a ship with one engine or maybe a car with just two tires. So the society will not develop as we need. And more important, if a society goes on or runs with men only, it will take 100 years to fulfill a dream for the society. But if women are also part of that, I'm definitely sure that the period will come to 50, because to all of the population will have their chance to work for their lives and for their country. Secondly, it's more important uh, to have everyone's voice on flow, to have everyone's thoughts on flow, so it can make equally people being participated in whatever they receives back. So that's why I think the women's presence are more important, and women are not only uh, a man can only represent one person or maybe a group of women, but a woman is not only a woman. She is a mother, she is a daughter, she is a sister, she can be too many personalities or persons at the same time. So with one more woman we can make our whole generation work so good. So they having their voice, it's not only about like having a woman on floor, it's having the generation's voice on floor.
Absolutely. I love your metaphors that it's like a car with only two tires. If you're missing half the population, you're missing so much.
Yeah.
So, looking at the Taliban, there are reports that they're targeting specific ethnic and religious minorities, including the Tajiks and the Hazaras. What is their end goal with this? Is it intimidation and violence, or is it ethnic cleansing leading up to a genocide?
uh, Taliban, let's make this something so clear. Terrorists can be friend of anyone around the world. So it's not something ethic or in particular for a group. We have been watching Pashtun women being beaten by Taliban. We watched Hazara women or men being beaten by Taliban. The same with Uzbek, Tajik, and everyone. So the problems on Christmas is going in Afghanistan. It's not only for a group of people. It's always about a generation, a nation, and a country. So first of all, I want to say it clearly, and I really wish everyone could helped me to make this clear that Afghanistan is not going in a trouble or in a very bad situation just for kind of, for one group of people. Everyone is just suffering in Afghanistan right now, and everyone are going through wars there in my country. And secondly, the presence of Taliban from that starting of 90s, it was so a dark chapter for Afghan people and Afghanistan. And never, no one actually, at least I was not really expecting this happening back to my country. I really wasn't expecting it, to see them once again to the to main streets in Kabul, or to govern and to destroy everything. But now it happened, and it's more horrible, especially in case of human rights, and in particular women rights. We are more worried about it. It's not about those women who are in Afghanistan or those women who left Afghanistan. We left Afghanistan just because, like, it wasn't a tour, or it's not kind of occasion for us. We women who left Afghanistan, we were facing very bad situation. I was the one who just second day of Kabul takeover, Taliban's, some of them, they have been to my house. They tried to search me. They beated my bodyguards, and they tried to find me out, and they harassed my people and friends. So those who are abroad now, and they are still trying to be the voice of those women who are inside Afghanistan, who are unspoken and who are kind of abandoned. It's something that we feel it's first of all, we feel it's a duty, and something that every woman need to do, that at least to help our generation, to help our people. And secondly, the thing that going on in Afghanistan, I am a Pashtun. I'm ethnic, by ethnic groups, I am Pashtun, and my dad, my mom, we are all Pashtun. My husband is a Pashtun. But I really care about every Hazara who dies in Afghanistan. I really care about every Panchiri who dies in Afghanistan. The videos, the problems, and some attacks and horrors that happened in Panchir. It was something that I wasn't able to sleep after watching it or after reading it. So for us now, it's all about Afghanistan. It's all about a nation. So and I really request all international community, especially media, to please not put the same topic of ethics and this kind of kind of uh, uh, abandon people with their own ethnic groups, because it's now a generation suffers, a nation suffers. It's not about persons, it's not about ethnic group. So, and if we are going to focus on this point and making it so much related to ethics, to tribes, to people, different groups and different parts, it opens another door for civil war in Afghanistan. And I really don't want to see my country being more in pain. I really don't want to see. I don't wish to see my country as a big graveyard for human beings, because we already lost too many people, too much, millions and millions, for the same wars or the same dramas, some by governmental, or some by this kind of internal or civil wars. So this is all I really wish, and I really wish we could delete this part of genocide of a group. It's genocide of a nation. So I think if we say this and we could share our thoughts on that, it will be more better.
I do just want to point out that under international law, genocide is the targeting of specific ethnic or religious groups. So in this case, it does make sense to talk specifically about different ethnic groups in Afghanistan. But of course, the Taliban are targeting everyone, women, ethnic groups, religious groups, anyone who disagrees with them. So, looking at the resistance that we're seeing now, especially the women who have been so bravely protesting, how is this resistance in 2021 different from the resistance in the 90s?
The resistance of woman, it's really perfect. It's something that gives me hope. It's something that really motivates me. The night, like, the horror videos or posts or any social media topics that I still I am hearing it or reading it. It's something that really kills me inside. But the only thing that makes me know still stand your ground or be strong is the pictures of those women who are just directly standing in front of every Taliban asking for their own rights. This is something so perfect. This is something that I really enjoys it, and I'm sure it in 90s it wasn't something like that. In 90s we don't had more enough educated people, or at least this new generation with too much of hopes and too much of strength and courage. uh, but now we are having millions of Afghan girls studying in schools, universities, working in social labors, being activists in politics, in every part of the country. And more important, Afghan women in past 20 years, they have been a big part of developments of my country. We women were not part of war. We women were not part of corruption. We were not part of this social problems in my country. We served our country with honesty, with loyalty, with a big spread toward building this country. So for us, it's like, now and comparing it to 90s, it's more different because that time I remember women were afraid to come out of home, but now we see women are coming out of home, whatever they face. So this is something that the courage I see it now, it's something more different than 90s. And I really salute all these women who are doing this. And I wish the part that always makes me, more in pain, and the kind of panics me. It's I'm not one of them standing just next to them. But yeah, I hope sooner and sooner I can join them I can join all my people inside Afghanistan who are raising their voices.
I hope so too. And they are absolutely awe inspiring, incredible women and men who are standing up to the Taliban. In our last minute or so, what's next for Afghanistan?
For Afghanistan, what's next? I think it's more depends to this new generation. It more depends to us who knows. It's more depends to its nation. So I think we need to solve this all ourselves, and we need to fix whatever problem we are having now on ground ourselves. So this is more important that we need to focus on it, because 20 years we were totally dependent, or kind of being so closely dependent on an international community. But international community or whatever, I won't go for that parts of politics. They made us to go this way, and they made us to have 2 days Afghanistan. So if we are not solving our issues ourselves, I'm so sure that things get worse. So, and secondly, I have to mention two key points to solve to these problems. First, it's about pressurizing Pakistan and Pakistani intelligence and government through international community and all governments around the world, and the people of these countries could make pressurize their governments to put a pressure on Pakistan to at least not interfere in Afghanistan. After this, they have been since more than 60, 70 years they are interfering Afghanistan, and supporting tourist groups and sending into Afghanistan, they are kind of big headache for now. The key point is this. And secondly, let's pressurize Taliban's leadership to at least accept human basic rights at red line for their governance, because now Taliban are reality on ground and they won't leave this easily back this country. So when they are there and they are trying to govern, uh, we need to talk to them and we need to solve this issue. Most importantly, on the case of women rights, I'm myself so interested, and I'm totally like ready to talk to them on those points that they are like about those laws of Sharia that they are talking about it always, but what they are doing is totally against of that. So I think these are the two key points that we need to go for it and work for it. And I'm definitely sure with having this two, we can solve the problem at least for some time for the nation and country.
Thank you so much, Zarifa. Thank you for your time, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much, Emily, for the flow.